If you want to clear the face-to-face round of interview, then watch this video completely. Trust me, after watching this video, you can able to clear any of the HR round interview for that matter, any of the face-to-face round interview for that matter with 100% confidence within yourself. Let us understand what is meant by face-to-face round of interview. As the name itself suggests, you are sitting in front of the interviewer or maybe HR or maybe an employer, and you are answering to the question, whatever the question they are asking, you are answering them. And it's a solo performance. You are sitting alone in an entire interview room and you are answering this question. It is nothing but face-to-face round of interview. There are so many names associated with this face-to-face round of interview. For some, they may call it as a final round of interview. For some, they may call it as HR round of interview. For some, they may call it as personality test. So whatever it may be the name, ultimately you are sitting in front of an employer or maybe an interviewer or maybe an HR, and you are answering all the question, whichever the question they are asking in front of you. So that is nothing but face-to-face round of interview. Let us understand why most of the people can't able to clear this face-to-face round of interview. There are so many factors associated with this question. The first factor is that fear. Because of this fear, most of the people can't able to clear the face-to-face round of interview. Talking about the fear has two meanings, my dear friend. The first meaning is that forget everything and run. Come on, what is that? Forget everything and run. And the second meaning is that face everything and rise. Come on, face everything and rise. You have to face each and every situation. When you face a situation, when you face a struggle, then trust me, success is yours. So I've seen many people, fear is because of the what if statement. What do you mean by that? That means people always fear, what if my English is not good? What if my communication is not good? What if I completely go wrong in the interview hall? What if I don't give the answers? What if my appearance is not good? What if? Because of this what if situation, people always go in fearful situation. The second reason why most of the people can't able to clear the face-to-face round of interview is that lack of self-confidence. See, confidence is very, very important, my dear friend, because confidence is the one thing which can transform everything. Come on, the golden statement is confidence is that one thing which can transform the everything. So if you have the confidence in doing anything or any work for that matter, trust me, 50% you already won. Yes, exactly. If you have the confidence, if you have the conviction, if you have the commitment in yourself in whichever the work you are doing, 50% you already won that game. The remaining 50% is all about skill set. That skill set you will learn on the ongoing process. And the third reason why most of the people can't able to clear the interview is that, especially the face-to-face round of interview, is that because of they don't do a proper research. There is a beautiful quotation which says research before reaching. That means to say that if you are applying for any of the company for that matter, example, if you are appearing for XYZ company interview, or if you are appearing for XYZ competitive examination, you should know that what are the questions or what are the possible questions they might ask. See, obviously we can't able to guess 100% of questions which they ask, but at least we can guess around 30 to 40% of questions which might ask in the interview, because we can see that repetitive questions may come. Example, tell me something about yourself, tell me something about your educational background, tell me something about your native place, what is your strength, what is your weakness, where do you see next 5 years from now. So these are the basic and common questions each and every interview will ask. So you have to prepare these basic questions first. So once you are completely prepared these basic questions, then you can go for advanced questions, then you can go for other questions as well. Now we need to understand the 5 magical things you need to keep in your mind to clear any of the HR round of interview for that matter. The first thing is that posture. When you are entering into the interview hall, your posture matters a lot. The first thing is that you should greet the interviewer. After that, how you are sitting in front of the interviewer matters a lot, because most of the interviewer, they are having very good experience, they are having very good exposure to the world as well as the various people. Whenever you are sitting in front of the interviewer, 50% of your attitude can easily captured by these HR people, because if you are sitting in not a proper position, obviously they don't feel comfortable with you in doing the interview. So most of the people, 50% rejection will happen from there only. So that is the reason you should sit tight. Firstly, never ever ask, should I take my seat or not? Once you greet them, once you enter into the interview hall, once you greet them, obviously they will only tell you, please take your seat. That time you should keep smiling and sit in a proper position. Okay, your neck should be straight, your hand should be in the downward position, and whatever the question they are asking, use the body language in a proper manner. That is the number one tip you need to keep in your mind. The second thing you need to keep in your mind while answering the face-to-face round of interview is that verbal communication. That means whenever they ask any questions for that matter, you should take a 5 seconds at max 10 seconds to make the sentences, to make the frameworks in your mind. Verbal communication plays a very important, my dear friend. How do you express your thoughts? How do you express your ideas? How do you express your values, especially your suggestions, feedbacks? Everything can be easily determined with your verbal communication. You have to practice your verbal communication every single day. Once you have the command over your language, once you have the command over your subject, then you can easily express all the thoughts comfortably and conveniently. Third most important ingredient while answering any of the HR round of interview is that your eye contact. Your eye contact plays a very important role, my dear friend. I am not telling you to stare at a person while answering the question. What I am trying to tell you is that whenever you are delivering a content, whenever you are giving an answer to a person, you should look into their eyes, then you should deliver it. It makes confidence, it builds a lot of trust, and more importantly, it builds a lot of very good relationship. That is the reason whenever you are answering a person, you should always look into their eyes, then you should deliver the content. Eye contact is very important. Ingredient you need to keep in your mind while answering the HR interview is that your hand movement, your hand gestures plays a very important role, my dear friend. One of the recent survey which says whenever you are speaking to a person or whenever you are having a conversation with any person for that matter, whatever you are telling, your verbal communication is just 7% weightage as given. Your body language has given more than 55% and your vocal variety is just given a 38%. So if you can see that entire 3 ingredients, that is content, body language, vocal variety, your body language, that is hand gestures, constitutes more than 55%. That is the reason you should use your body language whenever it is possible. Whenever you are making your point, whenever you are giving a speeches or presentation or maybe any conversation for that matter, you should use your body language. You should use your hand gestures because it adds more weightage to your communication. The 5th ingredient which is very important while answering HR round of interview is that your flow. What do you mean by that? See, the flow is nothing but whatever the thing which you are mentioning, that means whatever the thing which you are speaking, make sure that the continuity has to be there. That means I've seen many people while they are delivering a content, they take a lot of breaks. They take a lot of unnecessary breaks that eventually makes less confidence, eventually makes a lot of fearful situation, and more importantly, you can't be able to deliver the content with effective confidence. 5th ingredient which is very important while answering any of the HR round of interview is that flow. What do you mean by that? See, while answering any question for that matter, take a 5 seconds or maybe a 10 seconds, try to gather the information, try to gather the answers. Then after that, you can project that answer with a continuity manner. You should project that answer in a flowful manner. You should not take unnecessary breaks while delivering the content. So the flow is very important. I have seen many people who are having a lot of, they are taking a lot of thinking time. They're taking a lot of what to speak, what not to speak. You should not do that. You should have clear-cut information. You should have clear-cut answer in your mind before answering any of the questions. Summing up the 5 ingredients, the first thing is that postures, how you sit matters a lot. The second thing is that verbal communication, the way you speaking in front of the HR interviewer, the way you speaking in front of the employer matters a lot. Third thing is that eye contact. Eye contact is very important. And the 4th thing is that hand gestures, how you are using the body language is very important. And the last point is that flow. Whenever you are delivering a content, you should speak in such a way that you should not take pauses in between. That means you should speak in a continuity manner. You should speak in a very good flow manner. I hope you like this video. Let me know your feedback in the comment section, and more importantly, subscribe to my channel so that I'll come up with wonderful, amazing content especially for you. With this, I am concluding now. This is Manish Kumar signing off. Until we meet again. Thank you so much. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.